Morning, everybody.
Morning.
I'd like to call the Commissioners' meeting for April 25th to order. And the first item on the agenda is public comments. Anybody have, yes, Damon?
I have a couple questions. The first has to do with how the, remember the report that the delegation received from BPS? How, how the old nursing home should be divided up. How much do we get a bill for that?
Not yet?
And if it's over 5,000, that's a problem, right? Because that kind of thing has to go to bid.
I'd have to go back and look at the minutes to see if that was put out the bid to start with.
Yes, it was.
It was, okay.
Okay. And then the second thing was, and maybe you'll address this in your reports, is how did that recidivism meeting go at the jail? If all three commissioners went.
Did you get a report on that?
I did, but I was just curious. I got it from Jason Johnson, but I was just curious how the commission felt about it.
I think it was well done, and we're going to expand that committee. We're going to invite people from the business community to come to the next meeting. We also want to have a prosecutor there. He came in late. Otherwise, I think that meeting went well.
There will also be somebody from Restorative Justice will come, Lance Zach, and Janet Crawford from Chamber of Commerce.
She was there, or she's going to come?
She's going to come.
Okay. And if people want to get involved with it, is that something that you'd entertain, or should they call the commission office, or is it only by invitation?
No, I think it's a public meeting. And if it becomes something where names are mentioned or security at the jail is mentioned, then it will be non-public. But otherwise, it's an open meeting.
Okay. And if people want to join the committee, or if there's a business out there who wants to help, do they call the commission office?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
Yes, Mr. Brown.
That went out to bid?
What did?
What Damon was just talking about, the BPS,
I have to go back and check the minutes.
well, it was just stated that it did go out.
It went out to bid months ago when the building committee had a meeting, and there were several people who came in to speak, and I think at least 3. And it was then, I believe, that Bonaparte was unanimously chosen as the company to go ahead with the project.
And that was approved by the delegation.
I know the delegation had approved $15,000 for the old nursing home. And a portion of that was given to EGA to do a study of the old nursing home. I don't recall exactly what that came up to. I want to say $7,000 or $8,000. And the balance was to be given to Bonaparte and Stone up to the $15,000. That's all that was approved, and that was approved by the delegation.
Can we get copies of all this?
Did you get copies of the delegation minutes?
No.
It should be in there. Okay. Yes, Ed?
All those meetings are archived on GovernmentOversite.com if anybody would like to go back. I'll look for those specific times, but
Just
Okay.
I don't remember if they were here with that, but you can look.
I started recording last year, March 9th.
Okay, I don't recall you being here, that's all.
Just saying that it's on, if the minutes don't show, the video will.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Any other comments? Yes?
goes back a long time. All the discussion about the extension coming down here, has
Right.
anybody asked them if they want to return down here?
Yes, it's
they-
been asked several times.
They have been asked, they had I attended, I'm on the advisory board, I attended the meeting, they took a vote, it was 11-1.
Okay,
to
so
come down
why
here.
is this still in the newspaper that, what's the
It's-
holdup here?
It's not from their part.
Whose part is it?
It's a holdup from the delegation, if you've attended any of those meetings.
Oh,
Way
no,
back
I'm
before the new
busy.
delegation was formed, I believe it was brought up twice, and twice the delegation supported UNH Cooperative Extension coming to the county complex. The new delegation has had second thoughts, and some representatives from the Conway area would like to see them stay in Conway. And so that has been an issue back and forth as to whether they're going to come or they're not going to come.
Oh, that's interesting. Another question I have, in your supposed employee handbook, you have a harassment policy in
Yes.
there? Could I publicly request a copy of that?
Sure can, yep.
And who would I go to get that, down in the commissioner's office? Or could you?
Ask Kathy Geary,
Kathy Gary?
yeah.
Thank you.
That harassment policy was developed from other counties, as well as reviewed by the Primex, our insurance carrier,
Mhm.
and also by Liz Bailey, an attorney that represents the Board of Commissioners. And all of them have found that it is appropriately done, and the major items covered in that policy.
Okay, thank you so much.
It covers all different types of harassment, not just sexual harassment.
Verbal,
Right.
yes, okay.
And we've also had training on that. Primex has come here into this room, have trained a lot of our employees as to the harassment policy.
And all your managers? And
I don't know
long
how
is this-
many, but yes, I actually happened to be here one day when that training was being given.
Good, and, I lost it, I'll probably take
Okay.
it next week.
Okay,
Okay, I have something to say.
go ahead.
Oh, it's public input, okay. Oh, about the harassment policy. I think we always can tighten it up. I did some research, and the first thing from workplace harassment, a harassment policy says a clear explanation of prohibited conduct. And I don't think of this in the Carroll County harassment policy. There are, if you read the policy, there are also words in like business related. It can be anything. I think it should be business sponsored. Also, they want to control the speech of the employees inside the workplace, but also outside the workplace. I think that is too far going. So I think it can always be tightened up. I'll look at it again.
The question was raised by the attorney at Primex, was that we can tighten it up, but when you tighten it up, then you leave loopholes saying that, well, it's not covered in the harassment policy, and therefore I am not responsible for that particular area. So it is broad in nature, and it is constructed broad in nature for that reason. Yes,
Is this one policy covers all branches of the county government?
that's correct, yep.
And it's available where now?
I think Kathy Geary has a copy of it. If I don't, I will get you a copy. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yes, Mr. Brown?
In response to the young lady over here's comment about
Made your day.
the UNH co-op coming down here, no one can discuss the UNH co-op coming here, because by the RSA, that entire space has to be put out to bid, which, as far as I know, it's never gone out to bid. So the continued talk about the UNH co-op coming down here is in direct violation of the RSA.
What do you bid on?
28.8D.
I think that's one person's opinion.
Read the RSA.
I'll refer to that and
Okay,
figure it
It
out.
clearly says lease premises of the county has to go out to bid. Any property that's gonna be put up for lease has to buy RSA 28-8D has to be put out to bid.
I think it has to have delegation approval. Yeah.
Also, by the RSA, has to go out to bid. Read it.
Okay.
Is there an employee policy handbook?
Yes,
There is.
yep. The nursing home has one, the jail has one. We will be voting, probably a non-public, regarding the one that the county attorney has just put together. And we are reviewing one and putting together one for this building.
There isn't one for this building?
Right now, there is not. We are working on one for this building, especially for the non-union employees.
But there's a harassment policy?
Yes, there is.
Is that why we have so many settlements in this building?
Why we have so many settlements? I don't know that for sure.
Is there a code of conduct policy?
Don't know that for sure. Any further public, yes, Dan?
A couple weeks ago, I asked Sandy about turnover at the nursing home,
Yes,
and I was just hoping that when Sandy gets up to talk about the nursing home, she might answer that question.
okay,
I could do it right now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
5%.
5%?
Yes, national average, or if you look under advancing of excellence for nursing homes, you will see that the rate or the benchmarks have not been set by CMS or any other federal agency, because you look to try to benchmark. You know, where are you, and you always want to improve. If you look under advancing for excellence under your website, you'll see that their average is between 35 and 65%.
Wow,
All right, we're tracking that closely.
that's pretty good.
We can improve.
any further public comment? Regarding, this is supposed to be public comment, not really questions, okay? Just keep that in mind. It's listed as public comment. If you've got some positive things or some negative things to make a comment on, that's acceptable. We're going overboard in trying to answer your questions as they come up, okay?
So how are questions supposed to be answered?
We will try to answer those the following week,
Okay,
or give them back to you individually as they're required, as they're requested. Okay?
okay.
With no further comment, then I'll go into regular session of the Commissioners' meeting, and we have some minutes to approve.
Yes. I have the non-public minutes from 3 months from 2011. Needs to be released.
These have been retyped and
Yes, I did it all. I did for January, February, and March. So and next week I will have from the other months.
you want to review those?
So these are all ready to release.
You retyped these yourself?
Yeah, this is what you give to me, what you wanted in and out. You all look at it and you said legal consultation I took out, and you make some notes set aside, so.
You have 3 copies? Is that right?
No, this is going to release, I have only one.
Oh, we got 2 copies.
This is the
right?
one that needs to be released.
Oh,
So I don't know if you want to look at it again before you release it. That is from 3 months. That is what you said that I have to do.
So you want to release March 9th? This one here?
January, February, March, yes, I have from 3 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we have public minutes too.
Let's look at January 5th to start with.
I don't have a January 5th.
So we only have one copy of this, right?
Yeah, no, this was it, yeah.
Okay, I think instead of taking time to do that, I think we need to look at these once more, because they've been retyped and changed.
The legal consultation is out and the notes that you make at a sign.
Okay, do we have any that was, any minutes that was recording with legal counsel?
I told you I take it all out.
You take it all out?
All the legal consultation, I took that out.
Really? I have something
Okay.
here that's legal
Is
consultation.
there still legal consultation there? What is that?
Chris
Can I see
Meyer?
it? Oh, that is not from our county attorney. You didn't make any notes. You just said, this already happened, this was settled for the jail, and you said it could be released. It's about a wall
I
settlement.
know what it's about.
That's why I left it in, because the
Okay.
note was released.
Can I have that
I don't
one?
know if you wanna review everything, or if you just wanna release it.
That's okay.
What the process that we've gone through is we looked at all of the non-public minutes, and we wrote on the side what we felt could be released and which ones we could not release. And Commissioner Kenny has gone through and retyped those that we agreed that could be released. And we just want to make sure that what's in the ones that she's retyped are ones that we can release. So I think we need to hold those
Edit.
one more week and then release, well, you got January, February, and
In
March,
yeah,
right?
and next week I will bring from
And then you, okay,
a couple other months.
good job. Do we have any public
We have
minutes?
public minutes. I think I
April
just got
11th,
it.
yeah?
Oh, I wanna say we have this truck going on.
I've got another one sitting on my desk.
Oh, so we have 4 now?
Yeah, let's see those three. See if that other one is,
Okay, let me see, that was from 2 weeks ago.
I don't know what this one is, but I got another one sitting on my desk. And the deadline was the 13th?
Yeah, that is what you gave to me.
Okay, I'll have to go down and get it.
Just the same, yeah, the bid spend.
What is that for?
It's for the sale of a truck over at the jail.
Let me see, we have minutes from 2 weeks ago. Let me see, I think we just give it to me that or not. What are those minutes?
You have April 11th?
Yeah, I think,
I got copies here from
you have a copy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I read through it.
You need one?
Oh, okay.
April 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
that was
that.
from 2 weeks ago. Yes, I read the minutes and it looked fine to me, so I'm not making corrections in the April
Do you have
11th.
any,
On April 11th?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I'm not making, so Commissioner Solomon will make corrections.
Go ahead.
Basically, they're just corrections of punctuation and spelling. And,
No change in the,
no, not really, just things to make it more readable.
okay. I want to give those and we'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we accept the April 11th, 2012 minutes with minor corrections.
Second?
Any further discussion? All those in support of the motion say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So voted. Do we have any other minutes?
We
that
have a set from, let's see, I have it here, but I make some notes. Oh, I have no date on it. I believe it's April. Let's see, is it 4? There's no date on the minutes. There's no date on it. Let me check. Believe it is. It's April 4th. So the date is gone. A lot of my things is left out, but I'm just going to put only the most important things in. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I have a page.
I have minutes from April 4th.
Yeah, that we're
But
talking about April.
I know. This says April 4th, second draft. I don't know if there was a third draft, and these that I have are not,
Number, you have no pages in.
no, that's not my issue. My issue is that there are things here that are not proper.
Yeah, I know.
You want the opportunity to correct
I'd just like to
those
know, I have corrected this, so I'd like to know if there is a third iteration of this. If there's not, then I will correct this again and give them
I'd have to
that.
check my computer.
Yeah, 'cause
I may
this,
change, well, last time we met, I was asked to go back to the recorder
right.
and double check certain things that were said, which I did.
Yeah,
And
this-
then
Yeah,
we
these,
were gonna go over the changes, so I didn't send another copy out because we were gonna do,
okay,
okay.
this says April 14th as the date of the second iteration. And so, I don't know. Yeah, here are my corrections that I had for that, and
do you want me to email you the last one that I sent?
Did you send it to the office?
I don't remember. I
Oh,
sent a
okay.
lot of things to the office.
Oh, okay. Because we get only from April 11, I get this morning.
Well, that was sent last week.
Yeah, but I got this morning. Yeah, well, we came here this morning,
Copies.
so, yeah, so I didn't get a new one from April 4th, so. But I will make some minor corrections. You have April 4th with you? Okay. The page 3, if you go all the way down by motion, Commissioner Kenny, March 14, the minutes were approved as corrected. If you put that in.
March 14th.
Yeah, by the motion. And then I make another motion, and that was approved, the minutes that were non-public. You just have public, just put none in front of it. I'm just going to make some minor stuff here.
Do you have any other corrections?
And the last page, page 4, by Commissioner Kenny, I can check into that to see how many settlements there were. You have money.
page 4.
Oh, yeah, well, how many,
I don't even
I
have a
said
page
how
4.
many settlements.
Well,
You
obviously,
can just take
I
money
don't
out.
even have a page 4, so I don't know what that's all about.
Okay, it's at the end, before meeting adjourned.
That's what she's saying, is she doesn't have page 4.
Oh, here it is, this one. I've got so many of these. That makes
Okay, where are we?
1, 2, 3 copies of
Okay,
this.
that was just at the end by meeting adjourned. So if you just go
I
to
don't
your
know.
last
I have
page.
no idea, I'm lost. No,
If
this
we
is
go
pa-
to
this
your-
is the
So what do
11th.
you want me to change on that one?
So what do you want to, do you want to do,
I would like to,
that should make the changes, I sent it to us, and then we'll look over it again?
I would like to see the final iteration
The
of
last,
this,
second
whatever it
draft.
was. I don't know what draft
Okay.
it is.
I'll
Okay,
do that.
All right. We have any other minutes to look at?
no, that's it.
That's it?
We had 2 weeks ago, we had no non-public 2 weeks ago, so
Okay.
we have no more minutes.
Do you have any reports to be given?
No,
One report is that last week, we didn't meet here, we met down in Concord as a New Hampshire Association of Counties for a breakfast, and then we went to the State House and received a proclamation from the governor regarding the month of April being County Government Month. It was a little different going into the State House and into the conference room. There probably were, I don't know, 100+ people there. And all of the councilors were there. And the governor, actually, Councilor Burton read the proclamation, and the governor finalized it with a paragraph that he had in the proclamation. I have it down on my desk. I didn't bring it up this morning. But anyway, that was well done and very much appreciated. All three of us went up front to receive the proclamation. I think we were the only three commissioners that attended that particular meeting because it was at the State House. The breakfast was at Primex, where we heard a report on wellness in Sullivan County, which was kind of hard to follow, I thought, but there was a report that was given anyway. Any further reports to be given? Any meetings attended? If not, we'll start with Sandy McKenzie, please.
This is your copy.
Good morning.
Good morning. This morning, our census at the Mountain View community is 102. We have 20 private pay residents, 4 Medicare residents, 7 pending Medicaid, and 71 Medicaid. We had 1 resident that passed this weekend. We had 1 resident on a medical leave of absence, and the resident is returning today at a skill level. We have 1 resident transferring to another room today, and we have 1 resident under review, and actually there are 3 applications being reviewed today for that empty bed. Last week we received...
How long has that empty bed been empty?
Because of the death.
Just because of the death?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the reason for it is we had to move the resident. A resident was taking that bed, so I mean it's a process. It's
Okay, merry-go-round.
well, it is.
Do you know how long it stays open? How many days?
It really depends, Commissioner Kenny. It depends upon what the situation is. Obviously, if residents are waiting for a bed within that home, we have to give that an offer to move a resident from one bed to another. Then we go through the process of, in the last few weeks, we've offered a bed and a resident passed away prior to get in, so then the whole process starts all over again. Then the issues of making sure that the timing is right for the physician to come to admit the resident. If it's a skilled resident, a new resident has to be seen within 48 hours. So there's a lot of timing that goes along. But
Okay.
I have a report. I'd be very happy to give it to you next week.
And we have a waiting list. How long is the waiting list?
Quite a number. I don't have the active. I can bring that next week for you as well.
Okay. So you don't know if we have like 20 or 30 or 40?
Well, I would say that we have at least 40 applications.
Wow.
Are they active? They were at the time, but yesterday I heard of 1 resident who is going to another facility.
So it's changing all the time?
It's very fluid, so the application may be made, but the issue is at the time when you're ready to make an offer, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's an active one. Last week we received our MQIP payment. Our payment this quarter was $303,703.13. That was right on target for what we had expected. It was probably $1,000 or more, a little higher than what we expected, but we were pleased that we were right on target. Mm-hmm. Our certificate of need annual report was filed on 4/14. And our PSNH rebate that we've been talking about, I had communication with Paul